So there was stories made up about me dyeing my hair. My hair, I'm going to make it perfectly clear for everybody to understand that my hair has always been dark brown, near black. So apart from me having baby hair, and this is where these people don't make sense. They say, "Oh, but you're a blonde baby." That comment, just right there, you're insane. How many people were blonde babies? How many people were blonde 3 year olds? You lose your baby toddler hair. Okay, the hair you're born with, you don't have. My hair has been dark brown, near black since I was about 4 years of age. There is a photo of me, the last photo taken at St. Aidan's Roman Catholic School, my primary school that I went to in the suburbs of Sydney in Rooty Hill. And that photo was taken in 1989. So just before my 10th birthday, and my hair is jet black. The other thing that was made up when people said, "Oh, I had like if I was fat," it's like I was never fat or overweight ever in my life. I might have had things go through puberty, whatever, but um, I've always been thin. I come from two thin parents. So yeah, and this was all projected because my mum's second husband. So people where my mum lived expected me to be like my mum's second husband, and it's like, but I'm not related to Carol's second husband, her ex second husband. So my mum's second husband, that family's DNA is short, fat, bald, red, light brown hair, and so forth. Anyway, um, and this is where I'm standing up. It's like you've got people making up stories about me for 9 years in two countries, and that's really damaged my life. And they've tried it. Here's the thing: I had people say, and I kid you not, this is going back 7 years ago, so that, "Oh, you were molested by your uncle or some shit, and you dye your hair black to be like him." I'm like, that's insane. And for starters, that this uncle that they were talking about, I never knew growing up. Had nothing to do with, for no other reason except we had nothing in common with him. He was closer to his other sister, not my mother, because we weren't involved in wildlife and animals like this uncle was. He was involved in Feverdale and all this stuff, and his other sister, my mum's sister, she was involved in that type of lifestyle, in bush lifestyle, and so was her children. So he was closer to them. And he used to go hunting and all this stuff. They were very like those type of bush type people, very different to us. And that's what my mum's sister, when she moved out of home, she went away from home and it was shacked up with this guy in Bathurst. That's the lifestyle she took on. And my pop told me all about it back into the year 2000 as well. Reg told me all about it. They weren't happy. Reg Purdy, my grandfather, told me all about what his daughter Robin did when she ran off with Reg Childs, and was in this bush country area of Bathurst, which is where her children are born, and that's why they're the way they are, because they're widows like that. So her brother Denny was always with her and her children. So when these rumors started, I was like, for starters, this all started after he was dead. And I'm looking at going, okay, you've just lied about me for 9 years. And I keep saying, yeah, I've told you the truth already. I barely knew him. I never even hung out with him. And they were trying to make up stories that I had stuff happen to me. And it's like, no, I didn't. But you're lying about me. Anyway, then they started saying, "Oh, he dyes his hair black to look like this and stuff." I was like, no, both my grandfathers had black hair. I'm like, oh, original George Purdy had black hair, and Stanley Fleming had black hair, and black hair runs through my family. It's either blonde or black. So, blonde baby, my hair went black. I don't dye it. And as for me being fat, never was. This is my castings card from when I was 25. It's got my height. It's got my, all of my weight, and I've never been heavier than 73 kilos in my life. As you can even see here, my normal weight was 69 kilos. There, that's all my details there. So the lies don't match the facts, and I'm just going to find this photo from St. Aidan's. But I'm not impressed with these lies. I was standing in front of a magistrate and say, now, well, it's recklessly endanger my health, and you've let some low-life scumbags do this to me. And I've said several times, I tell you what, these people clearly described Shane Childs, my mother's nephew, to me, and they believe that this this description they had related to me, and I'm there going, yeah, that doesn't relate to me. And I guess it does. It's like, no, you're describing, and you've got some Aboriginal people that you've befriended that obviously know my mum's sister and her children, because you are describing Shane Childs exactly to me. And you're harassing my life over my mum's nephew. And that went on even Woolloomooloo. That's gone on in 2 countries. It's like, you described what you say to me. You said, oh, you've thought you knew me, or you knew of me growing up, and I was this blonde baby and always out camping, and it loved wildlife and loved nature, and was collecting animals and rescuing animals growing up, and involved in wildlife and nature, and going hunting and shooting with my uncle, and what else was it? Collected snakes and reptiles, and this is what you envisioned me to be, and walking around with a snake on one shoulder and Liz on the other shoulder, and I'm there cringing, going, no, I grew up going to art galleries and the theatre, which is the truth. I've always hated nature, hate the outdoors. The only time I was ever outdoors was in sport competitions, and that was if I was playing soccer or riding in equestrian riding. I've definitely never been a naturist person ever in my life, and I've definitely never been involved in wildlife ever in my life. My dad took me to the reptile park in Gosford. And there's a photo of myself, and Bobby's in the photo, which is Annette, Dad's partner at the time, her nephew. And you can see my dad's going, go and pat the snake. They had like a snake show, and I'm like, no way. It does. Goes, just go pat it. And I'm sticking my finger up my dad because he's making me pat the snake. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So there's no way I would ever be around that environment. And who they were describing to me exactly was Shane Childs. And then there was another description where people kept coming up to me saying, that, yeah, it's like, oh, so Daniel Rackley, Mark Rackley's son, because that's who you're describing to me. That happened so much in the last 9 years since 2015, you wouldn't believe, in so many different circumstances. And all this was created because of an organisation trying to find information out on me. So basically, because of an organisation that's affiliated with St. Vincent's Hospital. So there was an organisation that got given wrong information about me. Some other crisis group and acute care and reach out organisation who then said they're going to rally around friends and family. So break confidentiality and privacy and prying laws, which they're still not up on criminal charges to date. And I want to see them up on criminal charges, including those organisations that are connected with St. Vincent's. St. Vincent's need to be taken to court for it. They should be in court over this, really. And they went ahead and broke confidentiality laws. Criminal behaviour is what that monstrosity of an organisation believe that they can do, is break the law, and they did it. They broke the law. They found information that didn't relate to me. However, people thought it related to me and harassed me over it. They even, when they were trying to find information from the high school I went to, I got harassed by people from my high school that knew some other Justin Pascoe. And I did. Then I even got harassed because I was in musicals and so forth by people. Like, I got contacted and it's like, oh, didn't you have blonde hair? I'm like, no. So I had people from Telfair go, oh, he bleached his hair blonde. I'm like, never bleached my hair blonde. The only time I've ever used anything, and it was accidental, in the bathroom sink, Mum had mousse, and I used to always use mousse and products in my hair. And a few times I used this mousse, and it used to make my hair go really like straw. I remember even going, it was like, fuck, it went like, and my hair dries out as it is, it went like straw. It was called Sunny Boy or something. I later on found out it was peroxide in a can. So didn't bleach my hair blonde, but it probably stripped the color out of it, made it look a bit weird. But that was the time. I remember it was under the sink in the bathroom, and I just used that in my hair, like, chuck it in without thinking it was just mousse. It was actually like peroxide in a fucking can. That's the only time. So there was this thing, and it's like, hang on. So I ended up having people after this organisation got involved, broke confidentiality laws, involved people in my life. They involved people who didn't know me. As I said, prescriptions did a good description of people that was projected into my life. Darren Taylor from Oxley High, who actually had color in his hair at one stage because some what did you have blue hair? Like, no. And they like, yeah, you were at this musical. I'm like, yeah, I was in that musical. Yeah, and you had blonde hair and then you would put blue in it or put green. It's like, oh no, you're talking about Darren Taylor. That happen? And you're talking about Oxley High, this guy Darren Taylor. And you're talking about what was it? This Aboriginal, his girlfriend, who was his Aboriginal Jess Rolling's sister he used to go out with. He was all these rumors spread all around the musical society about Darren Taylor. Everyone heard it. What Darren Taylor and Jess used to get up to and all this stuff. Like it was, oh my God, there was like rumors galore. So yeah, I said, I know. This was mentioned in 2016. It's like, yeah, it was like, oh, wasn't there a story once where they, oh, you know, how country people gossip? Oh, I heard that, and like, this was going around, we were doing Pirates of Penzance, and then someone spread around a rumor that Darren and Jess painted their faces and held up a BP petrol station. Now, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what was said. Like there was, you know, when people make rumors, oh, I heard that Darren, like, you know, like he tells me, oh, didn't Darren Taylor pop, what was her name? Beth, Beth's cherry and things like this. Like, you know how people just gossip and shit. This was all said. And it's like, so I'm like, oh yeah, he was a deadbeat. I know who you're talking about. And then some other idiots, like I said, that was Justin Pascoe. And this all happened because, again, an organization got involved and broke confidentiality laws. I'm like, so you're just dragging anybody in my life who assumes they knew me, but descriptions that were given don't relate to me at all. And then the strongest descriptions where I continuously got more harassment over was related to my stepbrother, ex-stepbrother, Daniel Rackley, and my mother's deadbeat sister's son. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say she's a deadbeat. Her son's a fucking deadbeat, Shane Childs. And it did. And then it was like, oh no, it's him. He just dyes his hair black. He had blonde hair. I'm like, I never had blonde hair as a teenager. So here, I'll prove it. This photo is me taken in 1989 at St. Aidan's in Rooter Hill, Sydney, because we were still living in Rooter Hill in 1989. This is just before I was 10. Now, I do have darkish skin. I did have a mole on my nose, as you can see here. I had it removed. My hair at the back is plastered down straight, otherwise it's frizzy. So I did have that mullet sort of look where it's shaved on top. My hair is it's pretty much jet black. That's its natural color. Okay, 1989, I've got black hair. So there you go, right there. And that is myself, 20 years of age in January. Again, look, I mean, you can see how dark my stubble is just there. I mean, I'm clean shaven, but have a look at my chin. Look at the blackness. Look at my one eyebrow, my dark eyes, my black hair. I've always had black features. It's always black. That's my twin sister Amanda. That's my grandmother Lola. That's myself again. You can see how dark and black my hair is. And that's natural. My twin sister Amanda. That's me as a 19-year-old getting ready for the powerhouse. You can see again. There we go. That's myself. I used to always plaster my hair down straight. So what I've said to people, and this is where they go, oh, because it's always brushed down straight. It's like, yeah. But if I wake up, it doesn't look like this. So I used to put Vaseline oil in my hair, oil, broad cream, gel, hairspray, use a coarse brush, and brush it down straight. That's what it looks like when it's brushed down and plastered down. But it's frizzy hair naturally. But let's keep lying about Justin because I've had these lies for 9 years. And I can guarantee if you look at the people that are making up these lies, they're low-life scumbags with issues. They would either have mental health issues, drug issues, or alcohol issues. Because I've seen it. I've just had all these people with these issues harass my life. And I'm like, you're a junkie. Like literally harass me. My hairdresser, Belinda Jeffries, did the same. It's like, wow, man, you don't know one client from the next. You are so wiped out of your face with cocaine, cannabis, and alcohol while you're working. You're a junkie. And you are my hairdresser that gets paid for a service. And you're harassing your client's life. What you were doing is breaking the law. We're not friends. We know each other because I pay you for a service. That's me in 1999. That's me in 2005. So even when I've shaved, you can see how dark I am. That's me in 2005. That's Jackie Phillips. That's Tony Picciello. It's me in 2007. This photo is taken of me in 1990. That's my twin sister to the left, my dad, Mark Ian Fleming in the middle, and that's myself there. So again, I've said so many times, like the lies aren't making sense. Because how many photos, what are you going to say? I dyed my hair as a 4-year-old? No, I didn't. My hair is always dark brown, near black naturally. Again, traveling around the US with my twin sister in January and February 2001. Myself and Amanda, myself in San Francisco, myself there. That photo is taken at Alcatraz. Then Amanda, myself, Yvette Claire, that is at Palm Springs. Myself there and Amanda on the Bay Bridge, San Francisco. There we go. That's the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco. Myself in 2005 after the show concert. I went down for a holiday down south with Arthur from work. That's me. That is myself in 2005. That's how I looked. I was always ripped. I was always toned. There you go. It's me in 2005. Still got that shirt. Doesn't fit me, but it's, yeah. 2001. Oops. Oh, look at that. 2001, Amanda and myself. It's myself in my place, April. We're in April in St. Leonard's in 2005. That's me. There we go. I've even explained this photo here. This is the last photo taken at St. Aidan's in Rooty Hill. It's taken in 1989. There's myself right there. You can see my hair's jet black. It's my primary school. That's where I went to primary school. An ethnic school, like I keep saying. This is the school I went to in Sydney. 6 years of my life spent at this school. From 1984 until 1989. Or April 1989. Okay, it was an ethnic school. Like I said. 1995. That's myself behind Nick Simpson Deeks. There's me. That's Nick Simpson Deeks. That's Sally, our dance instructor. Again, my hair is tied back like I do now. Like people would have seen it yesterday, tied back in a bun. My hair's tied back. So, yeah. And it's black hair, but I always tie my hair back. It's always been versions of long hair. And this is a newspaper article taken in October 1996 when I did modelling. Like I said, I've always been thin. I don't know who made up these stories otherwise. Again, I've got buffy hair, but it's always got product in it. That's me in 1996. This newspaper article is from October 1996. June Dolly Watkins in Sydney. See? Here we go. You want to read that article? Mind you, this is stuff I brought up in 2017, and some organisation said, oh, he's having a psychotic breakdown. He thought he was a model. And I'm like, yeah, I was a model. This is myself here. This photo is in my year 10 yearbook. I'm going to actually say the photo that's actually taken of me in my year 10 yearbook, for the class photos and everything, when everyone was getting their professional photos done, we were away. So to have a photo in the year 10 yearbook, not this one, I'm not talking about this one, I'm talking about my headshot. It was done with a normal camera and it was shit. We were coming back from a horse show, sat in and took it from a normal camera. It looked shit house. It looked shit house because it wasn't professionally done like everybody else's. Anyway, and that's why. And I've already explained this. I remember that exactly. We weren't at school when everyone was getting their photos done. We were away. So if we wanted a photo for it, we just had to get a normal one done. And it was cut up to put in to the size of it. It looked shit. Anyway, this is me, however. I'm getting my year 10 major ready. This is my art major. 5 paintings. These are my paintings. 1, you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one there. 5. So that's 1. It's not very clear. It's black and white. 2, just there. 3, that one in the center. 4, 5 paintings, and that's me. That's me there. Now, they used to do this a lot, make a mistake. They just added it in the Rackley. And I've always said this. It's like I always correct it. My name's Justin Fleming. And I can't control what other people do. They get told so many times I'm not related to Rackleys, don't put it in. And if they do it, it's their problem. But I'm not known as Rackley. Never have been. That's where things were getting confused, where I started getting people who knew my stepbrother and police couldn't work out. It was like, well, why? Police and medical were like, well, then if you're Justin Fleming, why then are you saying that people had information regarding Rackley and projected it into your life? How could that happen? I'm like, simple. Because people make mistakes. And there's one of them right there. Mistake. That's how. Right there. And if you don't listen to the person themselves, which I keep telling you, people, listen to me, you're not doing it. Police are not doing it. Other organisations aren't doing it. They haven't done it for 9 years. Immigration hasn't. It's like you keep not listening to me when I'm telling you the truth because you think I'm not telling you the truth. That's your problem. You're costing me damage. I might have been around about 3 years of age in this photo because I've been playing soccer since I was about 3 years of age. Yeah, I did. Before I started primary school, and I started primary school at the age of 4 in 1984, just before my 5th birthday. You can see here my hair. Okay, it is well, it is actually dark brown, but the roots, actually, there's a better photo where you can see the roots coming through. When I am about 2 or 3 years of age with my mother, let me find that. That's me playing for Doonside Hawks. And there's a photo where it's a professional photo done, like just with a backdrop. My mother, my twin sister, and myself. And you can see my toddler hair is growing out, and my real hair is coming through. My real hair is black roots. You can see it. This is the one. I'm about 2 or 3 years of age here. So I'm still a toddler, but you can actually see. So I was a blonde baby, yeah, like I said, but the hair, slowly growing out. You can see the black roots coming through. Yeah, just the top of it was blonde. So I lost my baby toddler hair and have always had dark brown, near black hair since.